Why a laser? Well, that's a very good question, and had a lot of comments that liked the old way better. And so I thought maybe that I would explain my thought process and why I invested into a laser, and that sort of thing. Okay. The main reason I did is for consistency and also aesthetics. Now, I always said that I'm not into Purdy, but once you get a certain point, you have to reach that next level. Then you have to be concerned about aesthetics. And if you look at this logo here, then you'll see that it looks like it's unfinished because it's pressure. It was used pressure to stamp the blade. So it leaves a little bit of a hollow in that blade. So it's just got a black marks in there. It looks unfinished as compared to this mark, which looks finished and clean and neat and nice. So if someone don't know anything about WC knives and they see this mark like this, then they question, well, that looks unfinished, so what other corners did they cut as far as manufacturing the blade? Was it heat treat? Was it what? So it creates questions for those who don't understand WC knives. So if you're going to continue to market, then you need to correct that when you can. So I can. So that's why I purchased a laser. One of the reasons. The other reasons is that it opens the door to many other aspects as far as blade design. See, here's the deer, the blood drop, the blackbird, the baby bird. Thanks, Kurt, at OCD Hunter. Man, you did a wonderful job on my files. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed to OCD Hunter on his YouTube channel, go do a search and find him. Great channel. Okay? But anyway, these are the logos that we have in place right now. So I can still do those. And they're actually etched in the blade. See there? It's not surface. It's etched in the blade, so they're not going to wear off. Okay? That was another question. Hear that? The steel is actually etched. It's etched, not a surface color. All right? Or burn. So I mean, just the WC, it's more uniform. The serial numbering, I can do it as a little bit more plainer. Sometimes with the marking before heat treat, the serial numbers was a little illegible, but now I can get them cleaner and brighter and just do a better look. Even the prototype, which is the reverse of the logo, it cuts and leaves a raised area instead of cutting in the steel, and cuts around the WC. So that would be the prototype stamp or laser etch with a model number, or like prototype A, prototype B, prototype C, like before. Instead of the shadow stamp, it's got this. It also opens the door for a signature series. This is my signature. Okay, so we could do a signature series at some point. And place those up for sale either through a wholesaler or on my website or whatever. It just depends on who wants to order those. If it's a wholesaler, then we could do that. If it's me, I find at some point I get enough time to do a signature series and put it on the website, then I can do that. So it creates a lot of versatility. Just as in my blade designs, I'd go for versatility in my blade designs. The laser helps me in versatility on other things as well. Not only that, but it also helps in marketing because you have a cleaner logo. You can also put the name of the knife or the name of the model there. It's a Master Bushman. Okay? So there's no guessing as to what a blackbird means or a baby bird means or a deer means. All right? Now it's on the blade. That is a Master Bushman. So it helps with marketing. That's the reason I always put my logo and everything on this side instead of what everyone in the world considers the presentation side, is because I was marketing through visual, through video, pictures on social media and all of that when I first started. So I put it on that side so that when you see me using the knife, you see the logo. That's marketing, okay? So I don't see any reason to change that. Other people think that's presentation design? No, I don't think so. I think that is. Okay? So you can see where instead of just putting a 1 on there, where people who don't understand WC knives or what the marking is for, I can put first run. So there's no question. They know that this is a first run knife. Okay? So the other thing is, instead of putting a N in the Texas for Nitro V, I can write it on the blade. It says Nitro V. I can also add the month and the year that this knife was fabricated. Okay? See, it says 1/21. And again, this is cut into the steel. It's not a surface mark. All right? So that's just a few items. Another item is, like on the Nessie and a few other knives, I had to stop the handle short, so I leave a flat place so that I could do the pressure stamp in a flat area to get that pressure stamp in there. Now with the laser, I can start the grinds right at the handle all the way to the top. I could do a full flat right there and still do laser etch on the blade in that full flat portion. So it opens the door for many other grinds that I can do as far as a multi-grind. So again, it's just all about versatility. And so that's what the laser does for WC knives. It creates a more uniform logo. It gives more information to the customer and also to whoever looks at the blade and has questions. It's answered right on the blade. It tells you the type of steel, the model number, or the model, who made it. All of that information is on there. So that's what the laser does. It's kind of like Case when they started in the early 1900s, 1920, 1930, somewhere along in there. They started using different logo styles and dots on the blade to give you an idea of when that blade was made. So if they had a laser, they would have used a laser. But they didn't have that. So they used punches and so that they could pressure stamp those blades. Same thing as what I'm doing. Okay? So instead of using punches and pressures, I'm using a laser. People say, well, I like it better when you're doing, because that's a handcrafted design. Well, that's true. But everybody that's looking at that don't understand that. Like I said, they just think it's unfinished. So that's the reason we're moving to more higher production. And I'm still doing it. It's just that I'm not using a sledgehammer and a hand stamp to mark the blades. I'm using a start key. So it's still me doing it. But anyway, I hope that explains everything and why we're doing it. Because I'm looking at next week, I'm looking at next month, I'm looking at next year. I'm also looking at 5-10 years down the road of where WC Knives is headed. And with the good Lord's blessings and you guys' support, and then we'll get there. It's just this is the next step. And the CNC machine is another step for doing the folders, and we'll see where that leads. But we're just trying to get as many models and as many different knives in you guys' hands as quickly as possible. Last year we did over 2,000 knives. And for the past, well, since we started, I've almost doubled every year. So that means 4,000 next year, close to it. And I've got to figure out a way to meet the demand, because we're still not meeting the demand. The demand is higher than what we can produce at this point, and trying to keep up. So, and I am so thankful and grateful. You guys are just fantabulous, and I appreciate it so much for allowing me to live my dream and to build knives. Thank you so much. And as long as you see how to stick with me, we're going to keep making them. We're just going to have to change with the times and figure out new methods. And this old dog is going to have to learn a few new tricks. But we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it so much. You're awesome. Get in the backyard, whittle on a stick. Be sure and take a child with you, get the opportunity. And don't forget those plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again real soon.